Hello everybody, another video of here on the 5D. I think so one of the important part that comes in when you evolve into a 5D, what's going on. There is a few people ask me the question, what is a 5D? 5D, it's the level of conscious when you evolve in the spirituality. That is the time when there is no more dualities. There is no more inner fights. That is a time when deep inside of you, you understand pretty much everything that goes on and you maintain the thing as a balance. And how you maintain the things as balance, which is it doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you to maintain this constant, this positiveness and this power of going on up and up and stay in this 5D conscious. Not like allowing situations, people, friends, family, anyone to bring you down, down to their situations, down to their 4D dimensional existence, or even worse, down to their typically regular physically three-dimensional part of conscious into it. When I'm talking about the three-dimensional conscious, I made a post on a Facebook, which is, if you guys want to read it, that is the pictures of it, and I posted 8 hours ago. In 5D reality, as every other existence of conscious, such as 3D or 4D, you will face challenges. Yes, there is a lot of challenges. They exist in each level of your conscious, each level of how much you actually evolve and how you actually react in the things that goes on in your life. So I gave the like a kind of like a few basic explanations of it. So in 3D, the challenges are the problems in life and a base of struggle for existence. We're talking about struggle for existence. That is the things like how I'm going to keep my job, how I'm going to maintain my family, how I'm going to provide the food, how I support my kids, how we do it with my wife, how we will do it with my car, how we're going to do. And this ongoing thing, it's like you hopping into the treadmill and you constantly stay into the fitness after 4, 5, 6, 8 hours you're going to be exhausted out of this. It, and there you go, you don't have a balance now in a life. There is nothing to balance you out. This plane of existence overwhelms the soul since you don't have the time to think about the soul evolutions inside of you. You're constantly worry or you're afraid. You stay in the positions where like you don't see the exit. The only thing you see as the exit is the total attention of you to be, if you are male or female, that doesn't matter, to be the provider, to do the things. If you are female, you probably stay home watching the kids and do the things that goes on with it. And if you're the man, you go to work or you have two jobs to support the family, which is most of the time that's what in this reality happens into. The focus of the problems takes out all the energy, and the more you focus on the problems in life, the worse it gets. There is the time when you focus on the problems, all you do is you talking about your problems, and you make the energy to be focused on the problems of 3D life. And in that situation, you're getting worse. You're getting worse and worse, and you are not happy. You basically living from Friday to Friday, and gonna come Saturday or Sunday, you basically just don't want to do anything. And solving the problem in life, it's nightmare for it. Since the problems are worked out but hidden, buried, ignored, and so on. When I'm talking about those problems, those are the problems that you have into the family. This is the time when you basically disconnect from your partner. You don't want to talk about the problems that exist, if that's a problem at work, or that is a problem personally with you, or if that is a personally the things that goes on between you and your partner in life. And those are the situations that you begin to suppress, you begin to hide, you begin to distance as a partners. And this is why a lot of the people looking at that connection to somewhere else, to something else, to something with another partner. Since we're talking about the soul relationships is two people having it. So as you evolve in looking for the escape of this, um, that view of those problems you have in a 3D, they become a devastation and depression. And that is begin to occupy your mind 24/7. And that's not good for you, and that's not good for your partner. And when that portion comes in, you begin to look up. You begin to look up to God, and you're gonna be like, well, this is not the life I was imagining will be. I am not happy. I see that my family is not happy. I see at work I'm not happy. There is gotta be something more in this life, except just going and do the regular stuff, work, and something else. My soul is starving for something. My soul is starving for something else. And at this position, you begin to look at it for inside of your soul, and the soul begins to bring you the happiness. You enter the 4D. A lot of the people, when that happens into the 4D, someone, for some reason, they open that up. You maybe meet someone, you maybe see someone, you maybe talk to someone, you maybe connect to someone into a 4D, and that is the part when you awaken your soul. But when you awaken your soul, the 4D is based on of the duality. That duality it's create the problems within the fights. Those are the fights between the two parties in the soul connection. The one wants the soul love, the one it ignites, and the other one basically wants to stay into the physical. If the both units are married, then it's a lot of different fights. The one begins the chaser, the other one begins the runner. The one doesn't want to destroy the family, the other understands the family doesn't exist anymore because the 3D reality is not the right for them. And usually on those 4D parts, so it's only like a halfway relationship and soul, which is being it's incomplete. Uh, a lot of the things that goes on into a 4D because of the duality is the manifestation for manipulation. That is the typical feminine stuff. And the other part is the control of the masculine. It is like, listen, we only can meet once in a while. We only can do this. Basically, set up boundaries, limitations, set up some rules. And if you take a look at it, it is similar like it in a 3D. It's the form of the control. That form of control, it's like, well, I'm going to do my man's job, and you're going to do your women's job in the kitchen, or you're going to do the laundry, and we're not going to do anything together here. On 4D, this is begin more present because the 4D, it's a little bit a higher level, but during these portions of those fights, you begin to understand one important thing. is to focus, to change the focus instead of the twin flame in the other person, you to focus to yourself. In a 4D reality, you're already getting you're getting tired of the fights that goes on along with the fights that you have the 3D. At some point, at some time, you actually bolt out. You say, you know what, I know what the love is, I know what the soul love is, I know what this situation is. I want to have the relationship that it's complete. And you learn to let it go of everything that you have to do between the 4D and the 3D until you come up and you say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready to have the proper relationship. I'm ready to have the right things. My soul wants to be love. This is why in the posts when I said at the end, be love. To be love, that is a part inside of you, to have this love, not only to others, but also into your own self. And when you go and evolve from the 4D into the 5D, it's going to happen one of the two stories. You're either going to evolve on your own into the 5D and you're going to accept God, universe, and you're going to enlighten, you're going to stay on that one-way path. Usually those are the paths of the highly level spiritual teachers, which is they bring this knowledge, they bring this understanding, and they just begin the conduit of this knowledge. They begin these providers that it comes into. But in that case, they're only one way. They don't have the soul relationship with another. And we're talking here with the soul relationships with other in a 5D. So when you're ready, the universe knows you're ready. And when the universe knows you're ready and you're the one about to find the relationship, the universe brings the relationship with others into the 5D. And into this 5D, the things begin to be exactly like a lot of the people picture in their mind what twin flames is, or what that is. When you're ready and you cross the 5D with the real twin flame under the universe guidance, the inner truth and front of God, universe, and the inner truth on both in soul and soul level begin to establish the path of balance. What I'm talking about, the path of a balance, I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to draw it to you. The path of the balance. You all know the infinity sign. Which is this. The one becomes negative, the other becomes positive. So what happens is at the beginning of the ignition, that balance begins to exist right in here. And into the 5D of the relationship, usually what happens is when there is the issue, the two goes through the way and they go from the positive to the negative to the positive to the negative. That is also a very much the situations into the 4D. When I get into the 5D, you're still going to have this at the beginning, until you will understand the management of this balance. This balance, it is your love. This balance, it's the love inside of it. You don't want to go and have your relationship goes into the negative or the relationship going so much in the positive, because when it comes to the negative, You go between the 4 and 5, 4 and 5. It's like a non-stop elevator. And when you are in the 5D, you don't want that elevator. You don't want this to happen. So what's going on into the 5D over the time when you have this connection, all of a sudden, through that communications, that the famous communications that even 16 hours is not enough on one day, you would understand that to maintain this balance, the one is gonna comes in, gonna point out the view of the positive. At the same time, the other is gonna look the job with the negative. They both at the same time is gonna see the both spectrum of the energy. And when they come back together here through the talk, they maintain this balance. There is no anymore, if you look at the frequencies and the electricities or the radio waves, they change for positive, negative at all the time. Now, this is steady. It doesn't go up any more than down, and that balance, it's maintained pretty much the whole the time. And when there is any issue within to it, there is no any more things that goes on. The issues, if you take a look at it, the way the issues are, let's say if this is the issue or the problem or the challenge into, the challenge got itself positive and negative side. Same like the infinity sign. Same thing like in 3D. You go from the one to the other, you make money, come back, there is no money, you make money, come back, there is no money. In the 4D, you go back and forth between the person you look that you're in a relationship, and happiness, no happiness, happiness, no happiness. The 5D though, you begin to understand that whatever the issue is, the issue have no polarity anymore. There is no positive and negative. In the 5D, you understand only the issue. And that issue is not like belongs to the one or to the second one. That issue is belong to us. And this is the part of a partnership of the conscious of the 5D that comes in and brings that on. So to finish it with this, it's the understanding of maintain that balance. It's as the quote said here, it's me and you have one mission in this earth, and that is to bring the heaven on earth as God wants from us. And you will feel when it comes into that 5D plane of existence that this balance, it's your inner paradise in you, in your partner. And that will bring you to the relationship that the soul always wanted. So thank you so much, guys. I hope that video will help you out and those who need it, and looking forward for your comments. Be love.